This Sunday, 9th February, a Pontifical High Mass to celebrate the consecrated persons of the Diocese of Buea takes place at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral in Moliko. In our Tonight News edition, with future activities of our congregation in the Diocese St. Clair Province. Also, this February, across the national territory, uniqueness of Cameroon's bilingual nature is equally celebrated. Today's Bilingualism Day was celebrated in some schools. We bring to you CUIB Entrepreneurial High School. And as a prelude to the upcoming Youth Day on February 11th, we also examine the theme which looks at the maturity and responsibility of young Cameroonians. Good evening and thanks for joining us on this evening edition of Divine Mercy Prime here over the Divine Mercy Radio Television. These stories and more will be developed in just a moment. You're welcome back. Sunday, February 9th, 2025 has been slated as a day to celebrate the World Day of Consecrated Life here in the Diocese of Buea. In view of this great celebration, religious communities in the Diocese of Buea are gearing up preparation towards this great event. Let's now listen to Reverend Father Divine Fondi, Vicar for Religious in the Diocese of Buea, who highlight the important role played by religious men and women towards evangelization and how mobilization is taking place across religious communities in the Diocese of Buea in view of this celebration.
I'm Father Divine Fondi, the parish priest of St. Peter and Paul Parish, Batoke, and the Vicar for Religious in the Diocese of Buea. Normally, the 2nd of February is a day set up aside for the celebration of consecrated life in the church. And in the Diocese of Buea, we thought it wise to celebrate it this Sunday, 9th of February. And all the religious living and working in the Diocese of Buea have prepared themselves for the celebration with their bishop at the Co-Cathedral. Mass is to take place at 9 a.m. in the morning. All the Christians also of the diocese are invited to be part and parcel of this activity. So we are inviting all the Christians to come and join us at the Co-Cathedral for the celebration of this World Day of Consecrated Life. It is not only important to the lives of religious only, but it's important in the life of the church because of the vital role that the religious are playing in the life of the church. When we take the example of our local church at the level of our diocese, we see that the religious, the consecrated men and women are working in various sectors. For example, those who are working in the hospitals and schools and even in pastoral ministry, parish pastoral ministry. We have many of them working in these areas. So it is important for the life of the church also. I wish to express our sincere thanks to all the Christians for the wonderful support they have always been giving to our consecrated persons, and I also invite them to join us for the celebration on Sunday at the Co-Cathedral.
January 20, 2000.
On to a related note, the Chief Shepherd of the Diocese of Buea, Bishop Michael Bibi, on the 20th of January 2025 signed a communique issuing February 9th, 2025 as the Day of Consecrated Life here in the Diocese of Buea. Jude Mbaku with the readout of this communique.
January 20, 2025, to all clergy, members of the Institute of Consecrated Life, all societies of Apostolic Life, all lay faithful, Diocese of Buea, dear brothers and sisters in Christ, World Day of Consecrated Life celebration in the Diocese of Buea. May God the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ, in communion with the Holy Spirit, give you grace and peace. In the context of the ongoing 75th anniversary celebration of the canonical erection of the Diocese of Buea, the annual celebration of the World Day of Consecrated Life has been scheduled for February 9, 2025 in the Diocese of Buea. I wish to thank you for the collection taken up for the consecrated life, which is meant to support the continuous formation of religious and other activities of religious in the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda. Parishes that have not yet taken up this collection should ensure it is taken up. While counting on your usual support, I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday, February 9, 2025 at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral for the celebration of the World Day of Consecrated Life. Yours in his service, Michael Miabesu Bibi, Bishop of Boya.
The newly created St. Clair province have gone beyond their normal pastoral life and engage in agriculture for their sustenance and to provide employment to others. Bernard Asongne from our newsroom visited the province recently in view of the upcoming celebration of the World Day of Consecrated Life. His report.
Highlighting the place and the role of the religious in the mission of evangelization in the church, they continue to play outstanding and key functions to boost the pastoral life of the diocese where they find themselves. The newly St. Clair province of Boya of the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, based in Combo community within the Boya municipality, have gone beyond their normal pastoral day-to-day activities and are now engaged in agricultural activities.
But here in Combo, we do pastoral work in the parish of Mile 16, and we get involved with the population in the village. The chief is very near to us, close to us, so we also want to be interacting with the other members of the community. And our daily schedule is simple. We get up, we go for mass, we pray, strengthen ourselves to embark during the day so that Christ is with us and we carry out our duties. Then we come back again in the evening mostly to pray.
Amongst the wide range of agricultural activities carried out by the sisters of this community is the cultivation of some crops such as tomatoes, maize, vegetables, a sugarcane farm, a pineapple farm for community consumption, and as well for sale. Also, the sisters have the space for poultry farming where they keep pigs and fowls with the goal of meeting with the needs of the community and as well those in need.
The reasons why we do this thing is because we do them for sustainability reasons. Sometimes we need to have something to eat ourselves, also to feed the animals, as you can see the fowls and the pigs. When we do the cultivation of crops like the corn that is beside me here, we use the corn to feed the fowls, to feed the pigs, and then we also have some for ourselves to eat. And in the society, not everyone has the opportunity to go to tertiary education. So we discovered that there are some young people in the society who may want to do one thing or the other, but financially they are constrained.
As they carry on with this uphill task of sustenance, they are faced with respective challenges that comes with the change in season.
The major challenge we have as far as taking care of the poultry farm and the piggery and even the cultivation of crops, the first thing is the financial constraint. And like the cultivation of crops, there is always weather fluctuation. Like now in the dry season, it's a bit challenging to water the crops because there's not enough water, and like that you can see that a lot of things are withering. Meanwhile in the rainy season is better.
Paying attention to their specific charism and the mission of all religious houses, which is the evangelization of souls, they are also much interested in making use of what nature offers to them for their sustenance and as well the well-being of the society.
Let's revisit this story where ongoing construction works at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral and the Pastoral Center are near completion as the workers are doing everything possible to complete these projects. Also over the St. Anthony of Padua's Parish in Boya Town, the construction work to give the church building a new facelift has been rated at 85%, as Magdalene Wondo tells us.
Construction works at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral is progressive with continued staffing of the balcony and the stairway. The work done in the ceiling is near completion as 2 scaffolds have been put in place. As said Derek, a worker at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral site, highlighted the level of work done.
We don't try start for from Monday will be end for day. Now we don't try the 3 places, this stairway with the level complete the veranda. Then try to for inside. We don't work for inside. You sure say we don't have 2 scaffold. So by the end of this week, we surely now complete this scaffold. They will just settle now. Then go for new places. Then start again.
Also, at the Bishop Pius Hour Memorial Pastoral Center, work was in full gear. Blocks are being molded to raise the walls of the 3rd floor of the 3rd building. At the 1st floor of the conference hall, plumbing and electrification are being done, which will serve as apartments for guests. Decking blocks are put in place for decking of the building set for Saturday. The chief chantier gives an account of what is ongoing at the structure.
We are now able to pack all the decking blocks. The plumber work is ongoing, the electrician. Then we are trying to put the mat with our staircase so that we can do our decking on Saturday. After the decking, we continue with the raising of our block walls, pillars, then the lintels, and the chaining beams.
And at St. Anthony of Padua's Parish, Boyatown, renovation works to renew the church's facilities are advanced with completion of the balcony dressing, sacristy and the altar. If all goes well, painting of the church will be done next week. A worker at the structure comments on the level of work done.
From last week we want to be calm. We'll be there. We don't work for OBS, so they remain at the dressing there. Chakara play dress, and for now we don't finish dressing there for altar. We remain paint. And for this side of the struggle for round of dressing there, we'll make sure they don't be by Saturday. We don't go through. At least latest by Saturday. We're confident they will go through by Saturday.
The ongoing construction projects done at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral and Pastoral Center is hoped for completion in the months ahead.
Away from church news, today is observed as the National Bilingualism Day with the objective of social cohesion and living together. Sama Eileen paid a visit to the CUIB Entrepreneurial High School to see how the day was celebrated out there. Her report.
Every first Friday of February is observed as National Bilingualism Day in Cameroon. At the Catholic University Institute of Buea Entrepreneurial High School, some activities were carefully selected by the institution to mark the event.
Bilingualism, of course, is given to our country and a plus. I'm thinking about Canada and how it's functioning there so wonderfully. So we have that also in our school and in our country, and the government has come up with a whole week for that exercise. We started activities in CIB from the 3rd Monday, il y avait aussi l'hymne national qu'on a chanté en anglais et en français. Ce sont les enfants eux-mêmes qui ont fait tout ce travail. Il y avait aussi l'hymne du bilinguisme, chanté aussi en français et en anglais. Et après cela, il y avait un élève qui a énoncé le thème arrêté par le gouvernement pour la célébration de cette journée. Là, we went into presentation. Il y avait les poèmes, les récitations, lecture, éducation à la santé.
Bon après-midi tout le monde, je m'appelle Achille Dongo-Ebon, je suis élève de CUIB Entrepreneurial High School, je fais la classe de 4e B. Ce jour de bilinguisme, j'ai présenté une lecture éducative à la santé. La prévention du paludisme, l'objectif principal est de traiter et guérir l'infection, assurant l'élimination rapide et complète des parasites Plasmodium.
This year's theme is Bilingualism, the driving force of lifelong learning for greater school achievement, responsible citizenship and social cohesion for a peaceful and prosperous Cameroon. Ikome Ngale Ikome is a Form 3 student of the school.
Bonjour tout le monde, mon nom c'est Ikome Ngale Ikome, je fais la classe de 4e C, je suis à CUIB. Good morning everybody, my name is Ikome Ngale Ikome. I'm from PUC and the CUIB SME. Bilingualism is important to the society because it teaches us about how to communicate with one another, and even if it's from different places, like if you go to Yaoundé and you don't know how to speak French, you'll be learning gradually, and at the end you know, and that's how you communicate. And if you for a job opportunity, for you to get that job, they interview you in French, you have to respond in French.
These Form 1 students presented a sketch to show their bilingualism prowess.
Moi, je reste à la maison, je regarde la télé et lis les leçons. Et toi, qu'est-ce que tu fais ce week-end? Moi, je suis invitée par mes cousines au village. Je suis très courée de partir. On va faire du marché, assister à l'école de collectif et écouter la corde du bois.
Meanwhile, Ashlyn Dongo Ebong and Buyamba Joyce take on the national anthem in the two official languages of Cameroon.
The sun is shining where in a mist and a repose. Au Cameroun, des sauts de notre ciel, se va debout et jaloux de ta liberté. Comme le soleil, ton drapeau fait de être à ce moment dans les jours d'utilité. Land of promise, land of love, raise our life and joy our holy song. Notre joie et notre vie.
At the CUIB Entrepreneurial High School, just like in all the government schools, in Bilingual Grammar School Moliko and GHS Bukwango, Bilingualism Week culminated this day in a calm, serene, yet exciting atmosphere as the youth now look forward with anxiety to the National Youth Day, come Tuesday, 11th of February.
And on to a related story, the theme for the 59th edition of the National Youth Day is Youth, Maturity and Responsibility for the Consolidation of Peace, Security, Economic Growth and the Democratic Process. Hilarion Clinton talked to Eta Kelvin Ayamba, Youth Senator of the Republic of Cameroon, who says this year's theme is timely. His report.
Youth maturity and responsibility for the consolidation of peace, security, economic growth and democratic process is the theme for the 58th edition of the National Youth Day in Cameroon. In an interview with Honorable Eta Kelvin Ayamba, Youth Senator for the Republic of Cameroon, the youth leader classifies the theme as timely.
This team is very timely at this juncture where our two regions, Southwest and Northwest region, and also the Far North region, have been greatly affected by crises and ongoing conflicts and wars that are happening. And the youths are the people who are mostly involved, be it those of our brilliant and gallant security forces and also the combatants who are fighting against the state. They are all, most of them are young people who are there in the field. They are young people, and so we the youth really have a role to play when it concerns peace and security by first of all heeding to the cause of the head of state, who has always reminded us of the necessities of peace and to shun violence from all its forms and to denounce it.
In terms of promoting peace, the Youth Senator points out the recent peace enjoyed in Buea, attributing it to the youth's newfound commitment to shun forces that hinder peace.
Currently now you can see how the town is booming. Buea is currently booming now. In 5 years, when the 11th February is coming, you will see much tension and things like that, which means that the youths themselves, they have taken their responsibilities. They have taken their responsibility. They are no more hearing what people are telling them. Ghost people are telling them that do this, do that, do that. But currently now you can see that the town is moving. You can see there's flexibility everywhere, and many youths of the Southwest, they are really anxious and waiting to celebrate that special day which has been dedicated to them.
According to Honorable Eta Kelvin, the team speaks more of Cameroon's democratic nature, which guarantees youth the freedom to join any political party, vote and run for any public office, provided the individual meets the qualifications.
Youths are always involved in politics. All the political parties that are existing here in the region, be it the ruling CPDM party and the other opposition parties, they have their youth wings. And also youths who are above 20 years can vote. And those who are 23 years can present their candidatures to become members of the National Assembly and also to become mayors and municipal councillors. And many youths of the Southwest, they have joined these political parties to see that in future they can put in place their candidatures to become leaders.
The 2025 National Youth Day will, as usual, take place on February 11. The Youth Senator has urged youth in Buea and beyond to actively participate in the celebrations.
And on to this future story, many traders and customers recently prefer to either sell their goods online or shop online. In the following report, Magdalene Wondo from our Newsdesk sampled the opinion of some traders and customers on their reason of either buying on-site or online. Her report.
In Cameroon, social media marketing has become an essential tool for business owners with significant increase of usage over the years. Business owners are choosing to create groups on social media where they can advertise their businesses such that their clients can conveniently locate their shops for purchase. Judith Atem, a business owner in Boya, recounts the transition she has made in her business since she engaged in social media marketing.
I will encourage my brothers and sisters who are equally doing businesses out there that is good to apply the online section to your business because it really helps. At times you can come and sit at the side. What you have or what God provides for you at the side is not equivalent to what you sell online. Like you can see, this is my business group that I created. These are some people's commands. I went and delivered some yesterday that I sold them online. I'm only waiting for them to come and collect. I delivered some yesterday using my delivery guy. This is my business WhatsApp group that I created that is helping me.
Though most business owners have a broad customer base and can easily navigate shortcomings in business, Kemcha Brenda, another business owner in Boya, encourages persons to start business online, build a customer network before opening a shop.
I started my business like 2 years ago and it has been successful. So I want to encourage anyone who wants to start up a business to always start it online. Because nowadays it's not easy to run a shop. Because what if I started my business, I just open up a shop? I will barely be selling even a hair.
However, with the advancement of technology, some business owners still find it difficult to expose their businesses on social media platforms. I do not sell online because I don't know how to go about it, and it has greatly affected my business. I am not able to retain many customers as before because most business persons are online and I feel left out. In today's business world, people are presented with varied options and platforms where buyers and sellers meet. This highlights the importance of social media marketing for businesses in Cameroon. Business owners advise other persons aspiring to get into business about the things which needs to be done.
I want to encourage any person, even if you are a government worker, sit in your office, take hairs from other vendors, post and add your small money. Anything, it must not be about hair. You can have your own niche. Maybe you like dresses. Take from other vendors who sell dresses at wholesale and post. If it's about shoe, handbags, we have a lot. Online business is now the base, in fact the top.
Be patient and you can give your complaints to your family members who are able to help you. Even just with 50,000 francs, you can start something.
As of January 2024, there were 5.05 million social media users in Cameroon, accounting for 17.4% of the total population, and business persons are increasingly leveraging platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others to reach their targeted audience.
And in news out of the country, Turkey has celebrated or marked the second anniversary of the devastating earthquake that killed at least 70,000 people, with cries of "Can anyone hear me?" remembering the cries of the victims. Also, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa have said his country cannot be bullied following Donald Trump's decision to curb subsidies for HIV and AIDS patients. These stories and more on our foreign page. 2 years have passed since a devastating earthquake struck southern Turkey, yet the grief remains raw for survivors. The magnitude 7.8 quake on February 6, 2023, followed by another powerful tremor, destroyed or damaged hundreds of thousands of buildings across 11 provinces, claiming over 53,000 lives in Turkey and 6,000 in northern Syria. On Thursday, special prayers were recited in mosques and survivors visited cemeteries families leaving carnations and graves and offering condolences. A minute of silence was observed at 04:17 a.m., the exact time the earthquake hit, with shouts of "Can anyone hear me?" recalling past cries from beneath rubbles. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan recently announced that 45% of replacement houses had been completed by the end of 2024, with a goal of delivering a further 4,552,983 homes, shops and workspaces by the end of 2025. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa warned of rising nationalism and protectionism in his annual address, asserting that his country will not be bullied amid U.S. funding cuts. The remarks followed U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to freeze global aid for 90 days, including funds supporting South Africa's HIV/AIDS program, which accounts for 17% of the country's HIV spending. Trump also threatened to halt all U.S. funding over South Africa's land expropriation law, calling it a massive human rights violation. Ramaphosa dismissed the claims as misinformation, emphasizing that the law aims at redistributing unused land while maintaining legal safeguards. His government is exploring ways to sustain HIV/AIDS services despite the U.S. freeze. He also announced a $50 billion infrastructure plan to boost South Africa's economy, pledging resilience amid global political strife. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has issued a special appeal for peace in Democratic Republic of Congo DRC, warning that the humanitarian situation in Goma is dire as thousands have been killed and hundreds of thousands displaced due to ongoing violence. Speaking ahead of key summits of the East African Community, the Southern African Development Community, and the African Union Peace and Security Council, Guterres called for an immediate halt to hostilities, stressing that there is no military solution. Despite a unilateral ceasefire declaration by Rwanda-backed rebels, Congo's government has dismissed it as false communication, citing continued fighting in other areas. Guterres condemned human rights abuses, including sexual violence, forced recruitment, and attacks on humanitarian efforts. Guterres will travel to Addis Ababa next week for the AU Peace and Security Council Summit, where discussions on restoring stability in the Great Lakes region expected to take center stage. Thanks so very much for spending the entire week with us, and that's what we could put together for you this Friday evening here over the Divine Mercy Radio Television. But before we part ways to enjoy the weekend, a recap of our major stories once more. This Sunday, 9th February, a Pontifical High Mass to celebrate consecrated persons of the Diocese of Aboya takes place at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral in Moliko. We told you in this news the activities of a congregation, the St. Clair Province. Also this February, across the national territory, uniqueness of Cameroon's bilingual nature is equally celebrated. Today's Bilingualism Day was celebrated in schools, and we took you to the CUIB Entrepreneurial High School. And as prelude to the upcoming Youth Day on February 11, we also examine this year's theme, which looks at maturity and responsibility of young Cameroonians. We wish you a wonderful weekend here over the Divine Mercy Radio Television, but don't go away. Much more interesting programs are still to come your way in our company. You just stay with us.